Joining us on the show tonight, Joe Cleezy of PennLive.com and EasternPARecruits.com. And Joe, I tell you what, you're all over the state covering stuff. You do a lot of work in Harrisburg and District 3. What do you think of the season so far? It's hard to believe it's week number 10 already, my man.
Oh, it's flown by, DB. Week 1, late August, early September. Just been a grind, and there's been some nice surprises throughout the season, definitely in the eastern half of the state.
Yeah, you're originally from the Philadelphia area. You went to Plymouth White Marsh High School, and I tell you what, District 1's loaded in all 4 classes.
Oh, definitely. Definitely Class 4A. Got Ridley, North Penn, Downingtown East. It's a number of teams that'll be definitely trying to come out of District 1. They'll probably end up facing the District 12 representative, which will probably be LaSalle College.
Yeah, they look ridiculous. I mean, they're just the defending state champs, and they're really, really good again. Now, how do you find out the top recruits around the state?
I'll be honest, I have some friends that work for Scout.com, Rivals.com, and, I do research on my own. Plus, some coaches will send me tapes of some of these games, definitely from the Philly area and this area. So I look at a whole lot of tape, and then I'm able to look up information on the Internet, formulate an opinion, and get opinions of, the experts, too. So
I tell you what, you do an unbelievable job, PennLive.com. I love your videos of these games. I mean, you got great music behind them, and you're just really into it. You do a marvelous job, and it's only one camera, right?
It's funny because people think it's more than one person doing it. I think I've confused people with my name, Penn Live, and my real name, but making the games feel like a movie or something like that. The kids love it, and I'll be honest, they're my motivation.
Okay, with Joe Cleezy, PennLive.com, Eastern PA football recruits. All right, Joe, here we go. Harrisburg, McDevitt. As you know, I'm the public address announcer. I'm wired already for this Saturday, 2 o'clock. High school football at its best. District 3, Central Pennsylvania. It's going to be nuts.
And that might be an understatement, DB, because, last week at the Harrisburg-Cumberland Valley game, that was probably the best crowd I've seen in Harrisburg in a few years. So you could just imagine that probably times 2 or 3 or 4. It's definitely the best game in the state. It's a whole lot riding on that game for both teams, too, so that's what makes it even more special.
And McDevitt has produced at least 2 NFL players, Ricky Waters and Shady McCoy doing a great job for the Eagles. Harrisburg has produced a bunch of guys in the National Football League. How much talent are folks going to see at Severance Field on Saturday? It's going to be incredible.
All due respect to, Central Dauphin and Cumberland Valley, these are probably 2 of the more talented teams, athletic-wise and football player-wise, that you'll probably see all year. Probably the best quarterback in the area, going against probably one of the other best quarterbacks, actually, between Matt Johnson and Jalen Fitzpatrick. It's clearly a toss-up between those 2 at the quarterback position. You got great skill set players at wide out. You got Noah Spence on the defensive line from McDevitt. Tons of talent all around the ball, so I think it'll be definitely a great game.
Fitzpatrick is electrifying, worth the price of admission, the quarterback for the Berg. And how's his recruiting coming along? I know he was a late bloomer.
It'll probably start to pick up. He did get at least one Division I offer along with the wide receiver Quentin Sullivan. I won't get into that specifically, but I will say that Jalen's recruiting is definitely going to it has picked up and it's going to keep picking up. Finally got some tape out there on him, so I think once, these coaches look at his tape and probably see him a couple more times, he's definitely Division I. Where at, who knows, but he's definitely that talented.
Joe Cleezy, PennLive.com, and Eastern PA football recruits. And I tell you what, man, you do a lot of great work. You're all over the place. And let's get into District 3 as a whole. Right down the road from us here in Mifflin County, great football in all 4 classes. I mean, that's a loaded football area down there with Steel High and Camp Hill and, Lancaster Catholic, Wilson West Lawn. I mean, it's going to be a battle to the end.
Well, you're 100% correct. Class 3A. That'll probably be the most competitive. There's a whole bunch of good teams come out of that class. Also at 4A too, but 3A is definitely most competitive with Greencastle, Antrim in the Mid-Penn, Lampeter, Stroudsburg, down in Lancaster. Of course, you got Susquehanna Township, Bishop McDevitt. Those are probably the top 4 or 5 teams right now. That's why McDevitt, lost to Harrisburg this week will definitely cost them some slots.
Keep up the great work, my man. I'd love to have you on our show throughout the postseason. Do a great job, Joe.
Well, I appreciate being on, DB, and I'll definitely see you this Saturday over at Severance Field at 2 p.m. to watch Harrisburg McDevitt. You do a great job, too, so make sure everybody knows that. Dave's the man.